Sometimes the most powerful signs of attraction don't come wrapped in flirtation, they come hidden beneath sarcasm, silence, or even indifference. You've felt it before, haven't you? There's this woman in your life, maybe a co-worker, a classmate, a friend of a friend. She acts like she's not into you. She rolls her eyes at your compliments. She shrugs off your presence like it means nothing. She seems unaffected, unavailable, uninterested, and yet there's a flicker in her gaze when she catches you looking at her. There's a slight pause in her voice when you compliment another woman. There's an emotional stutter she can't quite hide when you go silent for too long. She pretends she plays it cool, but something doesn't quite add up, and your instincts are telling you there's more beneath the surface. And the truth there is, because not every woman is comfortable admitting desire. Not every woman is ready to feel emotionally exposed. Some women, especially the ones who really feel something, will cover it up with coldness, they'll bury it in sarcasm, they'll deny it even to themselves, but feelings have a way of leaking out, even when she's doing everything to keep them in, and her words might say, "I'm not into you." But her behavior whispers, "I'm drawn to you." Even if I don't want to be, she'll never say it out loud, but if you're grounded, if you understand attraction at a psychological level, you'll see the signs, tiny signals. She's trying not to show micro movements that reveal everything she's trying to hide. This video isn't for boys chasing mixed signals. It's for men who want clarity, for men who want to understand women, not guess their intentions, because when she's pretending not to like you but secretly does, she won't confess it with words, but her tension, her energy, her patterns, they'll give her away. Let's dive in. There's something quietly powerful about a man who doesn't need to be told what a woman feels because he already knows, not because she said it, not because she confessed it in some dramatic, romantic way, but because he can feel it beneath her behavior, behind her words, inside her contradictions, because a woman who's truly into you won't always tell you. In fact, sometimes she'll do the opposite. She'll pretend not to care. She'll act cold, distant, unimpressed. She'll give short replies. She'll tease. She'll disappear and then reappear without explanation. She'll play the role of the friend, the nothing's going on character, not because she feels nothing, but because she feels too much. You see, attraction doesn't always present itself with clarity, especially when it threatens her comfort, especially when you stir something in her that she didn't expect, something she can't control. And when a woman is emotionally overwhelmed, when she senses her usual emotional armor cracking, she'll build new walls. She'll create distance, not to escape from you, but to protect herself from what she's feeling for you. She'll pretend not to like you, because liking you would mean vulnerability. It would mean facing the truth that she's drawn to a man who didn't chase her, didn't validate her, didn't play her games, a man who simply showed up, fully present, calm, grounded, and unintentionally challenged everything she thought she had under control. And that's terrifying to a woman who's used to being the one in control. So she'll shut the door, but leave it slightly open. She'll act like you're invisible, but listen carefully when you speak. She'll try to stay indifferent, but watch you more than she admits. Because while her words say no, her subconscious, her tone, her tension, her timing says, "I see you and I feel something I'm not ready to name." And that's where this video begins. We're not here to analyze mixed signals like boys. We're here to decode emotional energy. Like men, we're here to cut through confusion and see what's real, not what's convenient, because a woman can fake a smile, but not a reaction. She can fake disinterest, but not jealousy. She can pretend she's not attracted to you, but her nervous system will always give her away. So if you've ever felt that strange tension, that unspoken pull from a woman who acts like she doesn't care, this is your guide. These 8 signs aren't guesses, they're behavioral truths rooted in psychology and feminine instinct. And once you see them clearly, you'll never fall for the mask again. Let's get started. 1. She avoids eye contact but still notices everything. When a woman is truly indifferent to you, she doesn't care where you are, what you say, or how you move. But when she pretends not to like you, her eyes tell a more complicated story. She may avoid direct eye contact when you're speaking. She might glance away, act distracted, or suddenly find her phone interesting. But what you don't see is this: when you're not looking, she's watching you. She notices when you enter the room. She hears your voice across the conversation. She keeps track of your presence like a radar, scanning for emotional disruption. Why? Because her attention is attached. Even if her eyes pretend not to be, she fears that if she locks eyes with you, it'll give her away, that her gaze will expose the feelings she's trying so hard to bury. So she hides behind broken eye contact, not out of disinterest, but out of emotional vulnerability. A stoic man reads that not with ego, but with clarity too. She downplays everything you say, but her body reacts. She acts unimpressed. When you speak, she cuts you off, she jokes. She might even say, "You think you're clever, don't you?" Or, "You're not all that." But here's the catch. Her body betrays. Her watch closely. Her pupils dilate. She laughs even when she tries not to. She fidgets, touches her necklace, plays with her sleeve. She leans in ever so slightly, even while pretending to lean back. That's attraction. It's not what she says. It's how her nervous system responds. Because her mouth may want to stay in control, but her body is telling a different truth, one she hasn't even admitted to herself. 3, she gets unreasonably jealous, then pretends not to care. You're talking to another woman, you compliment someone else, maybe you laugh too long, stand too close. Suddenly her mood shifts. She gets quiet, dismissive, cold. But when you ask what's wrong, she shrugs. "Oh, nothing, why would I care?" it's like, and that's exactly the moment you should know she does care. She's watching, she's comparing, she's trying to reassert her emotional balance. After feeling something sharp, something vulnerable, something real, she might try to joke it off. She might even say she's glad you're talking to someone else. But beneath the surface, there's tension, there's frustration, there's ownership, the kind that only comes from attraction. 4, she tries to frame you as just a friend repeatedly. "I don't see you like that. You're like a brother to me. You know, we're just friends, right?" She says it, she repeats it, she over-explains it. Why? Because she's trying to convince herself more than you. Attraction makes her uncomfortable, especially if you're not chasing her. So she wraps it in friendly labels, not because they're true, but because they're safe. A woman who truly isn't into you doesn't need to clarify, but one who is, and is trying not to be, she'll keep repeating it like a spell. But you, as a stoic man, don't react, you observe. And deep inside, you know the truth. She's afraid to admit. 5, she mirrors your mood without realizing it. This one is subtle but powerful. If you're quiet, she becomes quieter. If you're playful, she opens up. If you're distracted, she suddenly seems off balance. She reflects your tone, your pace, even your gestures without conscious effort. Why? Because her emotional field is tied to yours. Attraction creates resonance. She feels you in her system, whether she wants to or not. She might pretend not to like you, but her nervous system already decided otherwise, and mirroring is the body's way of saying, "I'm in sync with you, even if my words say no." 6, she's constantly around you but acts like it's a coincidence. She says she's not into you. She avoids deep conversations. She teases or downplays your presence, but she always finds a way to be around you. She shows up to events you didn't expect her at. She chooses the seat near you. She walks your way, then pretend she just happened to be there. That's not randomness. That's emotional gravity. Even when she fights it mentally, her body and behavior are already pulled into your orbit, and her attempts to act casual, that's just her trying to not feel obvious, but to the aware man, the one who sees patterns, her coincidences become evidence. 7, she tries to make you jealous subtly. She brings up another guy, she says he's sweet or funny. While watching your reaction out the corner of her eye, she talks louder when he messages her. She shows you a photo or mentions her plans, but it's not about him, it's about you. She wants to feel in control of the emotional dynamic. She wants to see if you'll flinch, if you'll crack, if you'll care. It's not cruelty, it's emotional defense, because deep down, she's already emotionally invested in you. And that scares her more than she'll admit. So she plays a game not to hurt you, but to regain power over the feeling that's already taken root. 8, she opens up, then shuts down. Suddenly you're having a real moment. She's telling you something vulnerable, something about her past, her dreams, her fears, and what that connection might mean. She's not indifferent, she's conflicted. And the depth of her pull toward you is what makes her back away. But you, as a grounded man, don't chase her into her retreat. You stay calm because you've already seen what most never recognize. She's pretending not to like you, but her heart already made the choice. You've just seen what 99% of men never even realize. Not because they're blind, but because they were never trained to look beyond the surface, because most men take her words as law, but ignore what her energy is screaming. Most men hear, "I'm not interested," and walk away, never realizing her body just confessed the
Opposite, but you see the truth, because when a woman pretends not to like you, it's never about you being undesirable. It's about her not being ready to face the mirror you've become. You represent something deeper, a calm, a challenge, a presence she can't manipulate, perform for, or control. And that kind of man, the kind who doesn't flinch, doesn't chase, doesn't fold, unsettles everything. She thought she understood about attraction. You see, boys want validation, but men want clarity. And that's what Stoic Paradox is here to give you. So if you felt something in this video, if it confirmed what you've suspected about a certain woman in your life, or if it helped you finally decode that tension you've been quietly sensing, then this is your moment to step into your next level. Hit that subscribe button. Tap the bell icon, because we're just getting started here. We don't teach tactics. We sharpen perception. We strip away the noise and give you a lens through which to read female psychology with total confidence. Every video here is a weapon, a tool, a mental upgrade for the man who refuses to be manipulated and chooses instead to lead from truth. And I want you to do one more thing. Drop a comment, not to impress anyone, not to seek approval, but because your story, your experience might be the one thing that helps another man wake up. We learn through patterns. We grow through reflection. So tell me, has a woman ever pretended not to care, but you knew she did? How did you respond? And if you've been there, if you've watched her signals, decoded her contradictions, but chose stillness over reaction, then brother, you're already walking the Stoic path. Stay calm, stay grounded. Trust your read of the world, not her rehearsed performance, because attraction isn't always loud. Sometimes the quietest signs are the most powerful ones of all, and I'll see you in the next one, right here, inside Stoic Life Info.